I'm Tom Burton with Spark Interactive, and we've had a lot of people recently ask us about some of the changes that we're seeing in the industry. And over the last few months, we've talked to a lot of marketing companies, a lot of sales organizations, both on the business-to-business side and business-to-consumer side. And what we found is that one of the biggest challenges that all of these companies are having is getting qualified prospects. And what I mean by qualified prospects is prospects that are willing to talk to a sales rep, willing to get involved in a sales cycle. And what they've also found is that traditional marketing techniques, whether it's email marketing, direct marketing, search engine marketing, are not being nearly as effective. And they're not getting the results, and they're certainly not getting qualified prospects that, again, will talk to a sales rep. On the other hand, we've talked to a lot of other companies that have been successful and looked for what were the common denominators of what they were doing. And really the key things that successful companies are doing, and this is really where Spark Interactive is focusing our energies, is creating thought leadership, having credibility with prospects that you can solve their problems. You can really give them real live business solutions, and then they will turn into prospects and they will engage and they will turn into sales cycles. And this thought leadership really needs to be established not by a magazine ad or even by an article, but through rich media and video, and then using that video and using that interaction and certainly interacting, not just watching, but interactive video, and then turning that into a community that really revolves around the thought leadership that your company or business or firm represents.
Hi, I'm Patrick Egan with Spark Interactive. Well, for over 10 years, I've built and led online communities that are designed with the simple focus of providing the members of those communities an ability to collaborate and engage each other in discussion about common interests. And from these communities, thought leaders naturally arise. Other members turn to them for insight until they too become thought leaders in their own right. Communities like these traditionally evolved from discussion forums and blogs where people shared their ideas, posted their thoughts, and commented on the thoughts of others, much like an online magazine. Now, with continuing advances in network, mobile, and video technologies, an online community can become an online TV channel, featuring regularly scheduled programs and events. We call this a social broadcasting network. There are some key ingredients in the secret sauce for building a successful social broadcast network. The first is to design it as an event-driven community, one that becomes a community purely through the nature of a group of people interested in a common theme, all coming together for the main event. And then, through a continual stream of live broadcasts in the form of webcasts, interactive radio talk shows, educational sessions, interviews, news updates, and through this method, you'll keep them coming back for more. Most importantly, they only remain engaged in this community through social interaction at each broadcast, with both the audience and the presenters. It's the live and social aspects of each broadcast that creates a happening that people want to be part of, and more importantly, that they want to tell their friends about. People like to be social, and they also tend to want to be active participants in events instead of just being viewers. So enabling participants with immediate access to tools that allow them to share their thoughts through other social platforms is key. It turns each viewer into a micro-broadcaster, expanding the reach of your event to the extended networks of each participant. Even better, think about what happens when you allow participants to flick on their webcam or iPhone camera and join the live broadcast. It brings them into the show, giving them an actual face to the community and keep them coming back for more. Well, we talked about the social aspects of the broadcast in this community and about reaching out through external social networking sites. But another key aspect to the social broadcasting network is providing the social networking capabilities within your community. A customizable profile page with a personal wall and status, an ability to add friends to your network and to upload your photos and videos and other documents, the option to join and create social groups or fan pages, and live chat rooms for instant communication with friends and associates. Now, I can't stress enough how important it is to enable people to have a profile specific to this community, not necessarily tied to their personal friends and family networks on other social sites. But it's even more important to allow members to connect to their external networks if they wish to. For this, you'll need to support bi-directional updates of statuses in your community with Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and others. You want to give them a single sign-on option so that they can log in and register to your community with their external network site IDs. This option also enables you to integrate their personal social network profile data into your community. Okay, so you've created this great community. What's it doing for you? Well, here's the key to making money on the web. You have an engaged community of like-minded individuals. You know their habits in this community, you know their likes and dislikes, and based on their profile, you know a lot about them. You know what types of events they like, you know what they're saying during those events, You know about their group interests. You even know about their outside interests if you've successfully integrated their external social site profiles. Basically, you know everything about the thousands or hundreds of thousands of people in your community as it relates to the topic of this community. Well, the one key thing to success that I left out earlier is that while you're running all these broadcasts and serving up relative content, blogs, and information, you'll want to have sponsors for your broadcasts. Maybe you remember back in the day of TV, you always heard, "And now a word from our sponsors." Well, there's no end to the companies that would like to get their message across to your specific audience. Let's call yours the bowling community. So maybe the makers of bowling gear, apparel, local bowling alleys, associations, health clubs, chiropractors, well, you get the idea. They'd all die for the kind of information that you have about this captive audience. So this methodology is the foundation of the Spark Igniter platform that we've designed based on over a decade of research and development. It's a tried and true solution that provides an easy and affordable way for any company to launch their own social broadcast network.
So as Patrick pointed out, really the key to establishing thought leadership is building communities and really turning your company to a large degree into a media company. And what we see happening over the next few years, successful companies are going to morph all a part of how they do marketing into a media-oriented approach. And by building a true social broadcast network, leveraging what they've done with social media, leveraging what they've done in the past with the blog and other first-generation media items, they really can create thought leadership. They have an opportunity to further monetize with potentially sponsors or partners, and will really become a leader and take a competitive advantage in whatever marketplace that they're in.